Well, Coach, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry we had some difficulties there, but we appreciate it. If you could just start us off with a statement, and then we have some questions for you.
Well, unfortunately, we haven't played until December 23rd. Haven't practiced much because we've been 3 different pauses. And now our students are coming back on campus. So the only way I think for us to get through this unscathed is for every single member of the basketball team to catch it, which is not the case. So I don't have a lot of positive thoughts going forward on the situation, but we'll do the best we can.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start off with Matt Norlander. Matt, go ahead.
Thank you. And wonderful timing. My 2-year-old is trying to break into my office as we do this. Love these Zoom meetings here. He's now in. Hey, Rick, quick question to start. Just out of curiosity, you're just under the 75-year-old threshold. Not just under. I don't want to add years to you, but I'm curious if you have yet been vaccinated, or your assistant Tom, or if not, if that is in the plans in the coming weeks.
Well, I was vaccinated, and unfortunately, it takes 2 weeks to probably kick in where you have 50% immunity. So unfortunately, it didn't work totally with me, and we move on. And Tom was vaccinated as well.
Are you saying that you were vaccinated, and then you contracted COVID after your vaccination?
Yes, that's true.
How are you doing now, Rick?
I'm fine. I'm out of quarantine. I was very lucky. I didn't have the severe symptoms that many people have, and ready to go.
Okay. One more follow-up on a different note. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. As coincidence would have it, you haven't played since December 23rd, and then Travis Ford, who obviously you coached when he was in college, their last game was December 23rd. That is due to end tonight. I know you've obviously had some frustrations. I'm just wondering, I would assume you've had conversations with Travis, given you guys have been in very similar situations, and maybe what those conversations have been like, and if you've kind of expounded privately with him, your thoughts on the nature of this season.
I have not talked to Travis about it. Trav obviously has a NCAA basketball team. We have a very difficult situation we've gone through. We have 11 new players. We had a coach who was fantastic, get sick last year, to do the whole thing over. So St. Louis to Iona right now, although we're similar type programs, small private schools that have had success in the past, he's sitting on an outstanding basketball team. We're just basically trying to survive this year.
Yeah. Thank you.
A little bit of a bad connection, but we can hear for the most part. Let's go over to Adam Zigoria. Adam?
Rick, I hope you're feeling okay. I'm sorry to hear about that. I guess, can you just
I'm feeling good. Thank you.
Can you just kind of talk generally about how frustrating this whole experience has been? I mean, you guys haven't played in a month. I know you've been coaching a long time. You probably couldn't have imagined something like this, when you took the job. I mean, how have you been keeping busy, and how frustrating?
I'm a little bit of a political animal. I follow everything about the science of it all, and that's why I tried to move it back to May Madness for the health of everybody involved. I thought the vaccine would come out maybe a week or two later. It's actually come out, so that's good news. It's frustrating, but I knew it would be. I'm more concerned now is that we've had 3 pauses with nobody on campus. And now the students come back, and now I'm very, very concerned and symptomatic for the first time. By and large, the first 4 or 5 cases were asymptomatic, and now I've had cases where they're symptomatic. So I am very, very concerned, but I knew this was going to happen. It's no crystal ball that I have. Everybody knew this was going to happen. We were all very concerned about that, but we are They're very blessed compared to the 400,000 deaths and all the families that have suffered with not even being able to have funerals. So my heart breaks for those people. And certainly with the vaccine coming out, and maybe by the summer, we will have some good news.
What have you been doing to, keep yourself busy and pass the time without practice and games?
Well, to be honest, I was quarantined in a little apartment. I did not want to give it to my wife. I was in a quarantine, a little apartment on campus. And I was living the life of a monk. The TV doesn't have many channels, so I did a lot of reading. I just watched a lot of basketball, believe it or not, on my phone. So there wasn't much to do for 10 days, but it's over. I'm out, back to player development. I had one player for player development the last 2 days, and hopefully it'll increase for that young man's sake.
All right, let's go over to Josh Thompson. Josh?
Hey, Rick, when are you guys officially allowed to return to practice? And you mentioned you had one person for player development. That I guess that has resumed. When did that resume? And then when can you guys get back to team activities?
I think we'll resume somewhere in the first week of February.
Now, you yeah.
The exact date depends on all the exact date depends on the cardio test, the EKG and the echocardiogram that the players have to.
So your quarantine could have ended this week. So is it extending because you don't have enough guys who are healthy and able to participate?
We had more. We had.
Looks like we might have officially lost coach on this one. Have the notification that the bandwidth was low. So I apologize to anybody.
You see me?
Yep. Coach, I
Hello?
don't think we can see you anymore.
I'm on the camera.
Well, we can hear you, and that works for us. We have.
I'm not much to look at.
Can I just ask that question again, though, Rick? Could you just say what I know, like I said, I thought you guys would have been eligible to return this week. So why do you think you're gonna have to wait till next week? Is it because you don't have enough guys eligible to participate?
Right. We don't have enough guys to run a practice. We've had a few other positives. Some of our players are symptomatic for the first time. So probably sometime, maybe Monday or Tuesday of next week, we'll start workouts.
And what you mentioned before about all your guys, getting it. What percentage of your players have had COVID at this point?
I would say maybe half the team.
All right. Well, we have a couple more questions, but unfortunately, Coach, we're running out of time here. So if anybody has further questions, please reach out to Iona staff member Brian Byer, and he can hopefully help you. Coach, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties with this, but thank you very much for joining us today.
All right. Take care of yourself.